Ahoy hoy, this is Michaela from Team Retro, where we like retro games and we like the devices that bring them to us. So the Steam Summer Sale has come to an end, as well as Amazon Prime Day, and the Steam Deck has become pretty much my primary console for modern gaming as well as emulation. And I've been doing my gaming primarily on this device, and I'm almost ready to write up a final review. And this device isn't perfect by any means, but it is very versatile in the sheer number of games that it can play. So in this video, I want to talk about accessories that you can purchase to enhance your experience with the Steam Deck. And we're going to cover a gamut of low budget to higher end budget to things that you may already have kicking around the house. And we'll cover accessories that offer protection, as well as batteries and docking options for the Steam Deck if you want to use this as a desktop PC. Or if you want to hook this device up to a television and use it as a home console. So with that, let's jump right in and let's get started. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to a local video game store in my area, Level 1 Video Games. So I'm actually a high school teacher in Connecticut in the United States. And Level 1 Video Games is a locally owned retro gaming company that has a store in the Danbury Fair Mall, which is right on the Connecticut-New York border. So if you live in Brewster or one of those bordering cities in New York, you can also cross over and you can take a look at this store. And they're a great little retro game store. I tend to get a lot of my older video games and systems directly from them. Well, come to find out, they just opened up a location in the West Farms Mall in West Hartford, Connecticut, which is actually closer to where I live, so I'm very excited that this store is available now. And this company isn't sponsoring me in any way. I just had a conversation with the manager while I was looking around and I picked up a couple of things. And I was just so excited that they opened up a new location closer to my house that I told them I would give them a little shout out on the channel. So if you live in the Connecticut area, please give these guys a quick look the next time you are at the West Farms Mall. Alright, thank you for letting me get that out. Let's get back to the Steam Deck. So the first accessory we're going to talk about here is in regards to device protection, and this is a TPU case that is specifically fitted for the Steam Deck. And this case actually came highly recommended on ETA Prime's channel. And I just really liked the way that it added some character to this device while protecting it at the same time, and they cut this out very nicely so that you still get proper ventilation, and you could still see the Valve logo, and you still have access to the buttons in the back, but you also have a little bit of extra grippiness. And while the device never felt slippery in my hands without the case, it feels a lot more secure with the case on. Now, this case is more than likely not going to protect against heavy drops or very, very rough usage, but it will protect from scratches and little things that can happen just from transporting this device around. And the nice thing about this case is that it does fit inside the case that comes with the Steam Deck. And it's a good fit. It doesn't add too much heft to the device, and it doesn't hinder the device's operation in any way, shape, or form. And plus the fact I'm actually a really big fan of the design. I feel that it gives the Steam Deck a little bit more character. Now, this case did come with 2 screen protectors, and I tried to put both of them on, and both of them were kinda crappy. The first one was all bubbly, and then the second one ended up hindering the touchscreen functionality, which is not something you want in a screen protector. So I went on Amazon and I checked some reviews, and this Benez Cap 2-pack seems to be the best reviewed out of all the ones that are on Amazon. And one of the reasons that I decided to order this was because several of the reviews said that A, the screen protector does not hinder touchscreen operation, and B, it is a lot easier to apply than most screen protectors, which is good because I'm really bad at applying them and I always end up with dust underneath or something. So hopefully when this comes in, I'll actually have an easier time applying this screen protector. And I'll report back my success or failure. I'll put it in the comments and in the video description. One last comment about screen protectors. Everything I have read about the Steam Deck has said that if you have the 512GB model, you actually don't need a screen protector because of the better glass screen that comes in that specific model. I've actually read reports that screen protectors on the 512GB model actually hinder the way the screen looks rather than protect it. But if you have the 64 and the 256 model and you're looking for a screen protector, this may be an option for you. Alright, let's talk about batteries. Batteries are actually very hard to get for this specific device because of the amount of power it needs to charge and play games at the same time. So I have two battery packs here that are actually not powerful enough, and I want to show you what happens when you try to use a battery pack that is not powerful enough to charge the Steam Deck and play at the same time. We're going to start with this one by Aukey that I bought in 2020, and this is the battery pack that I usually take with me when I travel because it charges my smartphone and my watch just fine. But let's go ahead and plug it into the Steam Deck to see what it does. And upon plugging it in, I immediately get this notification that I have plugged the Steam Deck into a slow charger, which means that the battery may continue to drain or it may just maintain the current charge that it has and not add to the battery. Same thing with this solar-powered battery pack here. It is also not powerful enough. So battery packs that you have laying around the house just might not be strong enough to charge the Steam Deck specifically. According to my research, the highest recommended battery pack for the Steam Deck is this Anker Power Core 3 battery, which says that it can charge a MacBook Air 2020. And these are the kinds of battery packs that you need to look for. If they say that they can charge a laptop, then they will be able to charge the Steam Deck. However, the price of these tends to be higher than other battery packs that are on Amazon. So I decided to hold off on purchasing a new battery pack for the time being just because I have so many in the house already. But if you need a battery pack to charge your Steam Deck on the go, then just make sure you're looking for ones that say they can charge a MacBook Air or a laptop. And this may be an option for you due to the Steam Deck's poor battery life running AAA games. However, let's now move into options if you want to dock this and use the Steam Deck as a PC. And we're going to start with this stand base, which was very inexpensive on Amazon, and this fits the Steam Deck perfectly. However, maybe you're a Nintendo fan and you actually purchased a Wii U when it was Nintendo's primary system, so you may actually have a Wii U gamepad stand kicking around the house. And this also fits the Steam Deck perfectly. In fact, these Wii U gamepad stands are very versatile. They can hold smartphones and pretty much just about anything that you may need propped up. Now, we also need something to connect the Steam Deck to a monitor or television, and this is a pretty inexpensive USB-C to HDMI hub, but it also has two USB-A ports in case you wanted to plug in controllers or a mouse and keyboard. And this does support USB-C pass-through charging with the Steam Deck's included charger brick. However, you can also use this Anchor USB-C hub adapter that also has SD card slots as well as an Ethernet plug. And this one's a little bit more expensive. I bought this in 2020, but it also is more powerful. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later on in this video. And then finally, the last thing you're going to need if you want to dock this and use it as a console is a decent controller. And I actually highly recommend a PlayStation 5 controller. I actually got this controller on Prime Day from Amazon Warehouse for $30. And it is a used controller in very good condition, but when I got it, it came in a box for a white controller, but it had a sticker on it that said customized by GameNetics, and I looked up that website and it is a legit controller customization website. And so I unexpectedly ended up with this custom green controller, and it's really unique and looks pretty cool. So I kind of just rolled the dice and got lucky to get a customized PS5 controller for under $50. But I'll include a link to that GameNetics website if you are interested in customized controllers. Alright, so we've relocated from my office to the kitchen so I can show off docking with the Steam Deck using the accessories that I just mentioned. So let me start by just demonstrating that the system does fit on either the stand I bought on Amazon or the Wii U gamepad stand with the protective case on. And I'm actually going to connect the Steam Deck to this AWOW 15.6-inch computer display, which is a really nice travel portable monitor that wasn't too expensive. Also, please forgive the box of Entenmann's Little Bites in the shot. I thought I moved it out of the way. Entenmann's does not sponsor this channel in any way. They're just my foster son's favorite snack. Alright, so you could see that we have docked the Steam Deck to this monitor and everything seems to be working well, so we're just going to go ahead and connect this PS5 controller through Bluetooth. And if you're not sure how to put a PS5 controller into pairing mode, you hold the PlayStation and the select button at the same time. And that should put the device into pairing mode, and we should be able to use this controller within a matter of seconds. And one of the nice features about SteamOS is it recognizes what controller you have paired. So if you look on the bottom left here, you could see the Steam button has been replaced with the PlayStation button, and the options on the bottom right have changed to now match a PlayStation controller. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later as well, but that's a really nice feature of this operating system, and I love that they let you pretty much use whatever controllers you want to use. Now, really quick, I want to talk about what happens when you have custom profiles and then you go to dock this system, because I know a lot of Steam Deck owners like to create a custom game profile and then drop the frame rate down to 40 to try to improve their battery life while still getting decent performance. And that's great for handheld, but it's not compatible when docked. As you could see by the reflection, I look very confused. So let me show you what happens. Right now, we're at a full 60 frames per second. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn on my per game profile, and you'll notice the screen just turns absolutely black because this particular monitor can't handle 40 frames per second. So the second I turn the per game profile off and the refresh rate turns back to normal, I can play the game just fine. So just a quick disclaimer, if you are going to hook up your Steam Deck to an external monitor or a television, you might want to go into the game first and turn off the per game profile and make sure that your refresh rate is set back to 60. And again, you only need to do that if you manually dropped your refresh rate to 40. Really quick, I'm going to move over to my capture card using the Anchor hub that I showed you earlier because the other one did not have enough power to support a capture card. And I just want to bring that up because if you are planning on capturing footage of games on your Steam Deck, you are going to need to get that Anchor hub instead of the Ryako one. And I just want to show you that some games like Final Fantasy XIV actually have support for various controllers. So, well docked, I would actually check whichever game you're playing's controller or input settings to see if you can actually manually select what controller you're using right in the game. Because now here in Final Fantasy XIV, the game has actually adapted to the PlayStation 5 controller and has changed all of the button icons on the HUD to match the controller that I'm using. And Monster Hunter Rise also has that same option. If you go to controller button icon type in the settings, you can actually change it to Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, or even a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And this isn't going to hold true for every single game, but it's worth taking a look in your game settings to see if this is an option, because it seems like more and more developers are putting this into their PC games. And it just makes for a much cleaner gameplay experience if the buttons on your controller match the buttons that are on the screen. Alright, so that'll wrap things up for this video. Hopefully I was able to give you some insight into some good accessories that you can use to improve your Steam Deck experience. Whether it was trying to dock your system, protect your system, or try to squeeze out a little bit of extra battery while on the go. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And also feel free to continue the conversation in the Budget Aquaman Discord. Link will be in the video description. Again, thank you for watching, and if this video was helpful to you in any way, please be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye for now, and don't stop believing.